Hey, hey. Hi, just as promised, I'm here around the dinner hour. Got in as quick as I could. Had a guest over. Hope it's all good with you. It's telling me once again that I'm live, which is great because that means that you don't need to contact me through EVPs yet. So, hi, BPD, otherwise known as Ben, and Portable Tree and Richard Elmore are here. Whoa. Was D here? I'm here. I think I'm here. Am I here? Somebody tell me. Am I here? Just checking. Hi. Oh, I must be here. Okay. Hello, everybody. How are you tonight? I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing. I'm chewing gum. Here to kick ass and chew gum. Chew bubble gum. Almost out of bubble gum. Gotta warn you. I wasn't here before. Oh no. Hi. Oh yeah, you like that? I wore it just for you. I thought you guys might like this hat. Kind of a clubbing hat. Wonder who I'm supposed to club tonight. Who can I club? Yeah, one of my friends said, that's a clubbing hat. I said, that's kind of violent sounding. Hi, Pam. I'm tired. You clean house for dinner? That's a heck of a way to have dinner. For dinner tomorrow, I get it. But sweeping up, you know what? I used to make a joke. My floor, you could eat off my floor because there's easily enough to make a meal down there on my floor. But you'd have to be very brave. Hey, Titan. I'm doing just the wrong thing. I'm chewing gum on air because I don't smoke. I can't go do. Okay. I'm just not the type, I guess. Not quite that type. Okay. So tonight, while I get a chance to jibber jabbity a little bit, let me copy this to clipboard so that I can have it out there for you just in case somebody wants to come in. Yeah, there are priorities like chewing gobble bum and talking gobble bum. I might say anything tonight. I don't know what's going on. This weekend has just been, I haven't been on since Monday for a reason. It finally hit me Tuesday. All of this stuff we did over the weekend. Oh my gosh, did it hit me Tuesday when it snowed. And I'm like, oh, geez. It was, I couldn't do anything Tuesday. I was all out of sorts. I was completely unable to just chew the bubble gum correctly, let alone walk and chew gum. It just, yeah, it's your turn. You got to come up with something. Well, you have to. But, if you don't, then you have to listen to me. Yeah. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, gosh, because my brain just was gone on Tuesday. I just could not get I could barely string sentences together. The dexterity was out the window, totally just, it was just, I don't know. I don't know, man. It was just crazy. And then I needed sleep, and I mean a lot of sleep. I guess after 35,000 years of dealing with 35,000 years of lost souls, I guess. Earthbounds. 35,000 years of earthbounds. You're on the D. Swiger network. I don't have a network. Okay. Hi, Julia. Hi, Linda. Hi, everybody. I'll try and put this over here so it quits bothering me. Okay. So, I'm much better. I am much better today, let me tell you. I needed a rest after that. You know what? I didn't take a proper rest. I wanted to have a party and celebrate. And what I really needed was a whole lot of rest. Because that's a lot of stuff. I mean, that's a lot to take in. I'm pretty good now. Okay, what I want to say is I'm really pretty sure about this. I'm still hearing there are still other shaman getting in touch with me, telling me that they are still dealing. There's some of these things that fell through the rent in the partition that they're trying to get home. There's still some around. So it was letting all kinds of things, these rips in the partition were, or bale, partition to the other side. There's boundaries in between things. You rip them up. And actually, this was something that several people have come up with, though, as I think back over it, and I think I saw that. I'm pretty sure that's what the feeling I got, too, very strongly, is that the reason that they're setting off all these nuclear blasts under the ground is to rip up the partition, to let something in. And it looks like it's going to be something like It, Stephen King, It. Yeah, because these people are crazy. Okay, remember, people are crazy. And unfortunately, they live on our taxes. So, they're nuts. Who knows what project, I don't know what the project name or any of it is, but I know what I saw. And I know what reports I'm hearing. Yeah. So we're healing not just ourselves, we're healing the earth, the environment in general. And I mean, things that are out of place cause problems. It's sort of like E. coli is great down where E. coli belongs, but you get it somewhere else, you're going to be very sick. It's kind of like that. Hey, Renee. What, my email? Is that what CERN is for? Yeah, to open portals. Well, CERN isn't the only thing that they're doing, though. I don't know. CERN might even be. Hey, Aussie. Let's see. We have Renee. We have Linda. We have Aussie. We have Titan. We have Julia, Black Tree. We have Portable Tree. We have Richard Elmore. We have who doesn't say a whole lot, except once in a while. We have I am, Pam, I am. And we have, yes, I think that guy, and we have Ben, who is mostly listening now, I guess. So I hope that's everybody. Hi. So basically, I'm going to get our, because I have been requested to have the healing circle every time, to have the protective circle around us so we can talk about whatever we want. I'm about to do that. About to have our healing circle put up around us so that people can feel better, because it seems to really, really help people to feel safer and just better all around. So, and we have a lot of healing we need to do around there. Hey, Vinny. Hi. Nice to see you in. Welcome to the Woo Ship. Hi, Pam. I did say hi to Pam, though. Denali, hello, Denali. Denali is good enough for me. Denali's a hot tamale. She really is, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna fire up the smudge while you're all saying your highs, because I know this usually takes a few minutes. You guys are gonna be saying hi, hi, hi to each other. And by the way, just a little bit under where you can really hear it. I don't know if you can really hear it, but I have some very, very softly, little music going on in the background. Just a little bit. And the music is has tones in it that are to assist you with your third eye, because we had requests for that. You want help with your third eye. Okay. Me too. Just imagine that the smoke is going all over you too if you don't have your own smudge. Something on my back there. There. Get out of here. Get off of it. Okay. Get a good. Oh, that feels better. Oh, yes. That feels a lot better. Hi, Etri. Okay. And Cookie is here. C is for Cookie. That's good enough for me. Cookie, Cookie, Cookie. Well, I was going to ask you, folks, Chris has been having some issues getting his getting his third eye working. And I thought maybe we could do some intentions and a little bit of energy work at some point. Okay, Aussie, we'll see ya. This may not be your kind of thing anyway right now, what we're doing tonight. I don't know. But we could go anywhere, honestly. I'm not sure where we're going tonight. Wherever you guys want to go. I'll just set a course. Tell me where you want to go. We'll go there. I'm going to take my hat off for a minute. Oh. Okay. Yep. Have a good time, whatever it is. And gee, it kind of looks like a bird might have flown over there. No. Anyway, some more hellos. That's great, Richard. You're absolutely welcome. Hello, Kathy. Right this minute, today, all day today, I've been sad, to tell you the honest truth. A lot of people are very sad. That's what I'm feeling. BPD, you're always asking something, of course. What do you want to ask? You want to come in and ask? So I did some pau d'arco so that we would have the sweet spirits coming in. And now I'm going to set up the circle. So imagine the campfire in the middle of the circle. And we're all sitting around. And Kathy, you know what? I'll answer after. Let me put the circle up so that I can answer better without worrying about it. Okay. So asking all of our helpers and guides and guardians and every good being that assists us in our earth walk and our energy work, please be here with us in this circle and guard our circle. Great Mother, Father, and the ones that guard the directions, and all of our brothers and sisters and relations here. I honor all of you. Make this circle strong and protect those on the inside and the new ones that come in. The place is really filling up. I feel it filling up. So much sadness this week. It really overtook me. And so you're feeling it too. You're feeling it too. Sadness and anger. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, whoop. Did we lose Ben? We lost Ben. I was about to click on Ben and he disappeared. Yeah. And a lot of confusion. I'm getting that too. Yep. I think so too. Conflict between light and dark. Kathy's feeling it. We all are. Yeah, for at least a couple of weeks. It got a little better when we did while we were at our ceremony over the weekend, but that might have also been because we might also have been because we were in our protective circle and had our protective beings around us. So yeah, it is. We are in that conflict between dark and light. Let me get Ben on the stream. Ben, you're on the stream now.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
Here's our asker.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing great, except it's kind of, like I said, feeling all this sadness.
Yeah, well, the COVID has really ramped up and all of that stuff like that. And
People
different,
are preparing.
yeah, different political things. And, you know, I mean, that's just the way the world works, you know. But I wanted to ask you, you had given me a tarot reading, and you had focused on dreams. And before that, um, I didn't remember many dreams, but now I'm remembering them very vividly, and they are waking me up at night. Why is I mean, why would that be happening?
Because now that you've been warned, you need to pay attention. You
Been
have that
warned.
attachment. If you will recall, you are missing now an attachment.
Yes.
So he might have been blocking all that. See?
Well, I didn't know about that.
Now that it's gone, things are going to clear up. And I think
Okay.
probably you're going to have a lot more. You might have a lot of interesting things show up for you. You might have a lot. I just felt like it was the beginning of a new story for you. So I think you're starting a new story now. So make it a good one and pay
Okay.
attention to your dreams. And I would say dream journal and write them down. They're trying to tell you something.
But it's dreams about like people I knew when I went to school and stuff like that. And it's dreams that really make me like, you know how you can't really do anything in dreams really well, like
Mhm.
with you can't really mm, I mean, say if you're running from something in a dream or you're running after something in a dream, how you will really move really slow. That's what I've been experiencing, and it's been very vivid, and I just remember so much of them. I haven't done that before.
Well, there's a first time for everything. And we all got to get used to it. I think you're really meant for greater things than you thought. And um, I really feel like there's going to be some great opportunities coming up, and maybe even some real abilities show up for you now.
My wife,
Because
I'm
you may
sorry.
have some new abilities showing up.
My wife told me that since that happened, she walked into the room and I was saying, "Fuck no, I don't want to drive. I don't like to drive." And I remember the exact same point in the dream that I would have been saying that. So I was supposedly, my mom and my brother were in the car with me, and I drove into a parking lot, which was a road, but the parking lot was, it was the corner of the parking lot, and I couldn't go anywhere. So I said, I fucking hate driving. And my wife heard me saying that shit in my sleep, which I've never talked in my sleep before. So the dreams thing is really,
Well, you have a lot to let out if they've been gone a long time. If they've
hmm,
been gone a long while, you probably have a big backlog that they want to try and tell you.
mm,
They probably have a lot to say that they haven't been able to say to you. Remember, this is
um,
you talking to you. Your dreams are you talking to you. Your whatever you want to call it, deeper self, wiser self, higher self, is trying to tell you something. And it's good to keep a dream journal, to have a little pad of paper next to the bed, maybe a little flashlight or whatever, to help you record it so that you know what you did, because they very much do evaporate after a while and you forget a good part of them. So you have to have some way of
Yeah, they
recording
are.
a little recorder. Yeah,
I'm
they
sorry.
evaporate with the daylight.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I had another dream where, like, this girl, I mean, she's not my wife, and I've never dated her. Well, a long time ago, but she was rejecting me for somebody else, and it's crazy because I don't care about this person anymore. I mean, she'll always be my friend and stuff, but I mean, this is like a fourth through sixth grade thing, and I'm 44. I don't
Hi,
understand why.
hi, Mary Bon, and hi, uh, Jake. Uh, okay, so you're now trying to figure out what to do with it. Okay, I'm sorry. Say it again. I wanted to say hi to them. I try and acknowledge people as they come in. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh,
I'm
that's fine. I understand.
I'm still a little out of sorts, I think.
It's like a girlfriend I had when I was fourth grade to sixth grade or something. An on and off girlfriend lived down my street who I always liked, the girl next door. And I was just being rejected by her. And I mean, ever since I was older, I didn't have any affinity for her. She's a good person and stuff, but I don't know why that would happen. It's
Well,
crazy.
you
And it
have a dream
really
about
made
her
me,
before? Well,
huh?
what did she represent to you?
The girl next door, just like Winnie Cooper on the Wonder Years.
The girl next door, which represents what?
Have you ever seen the Wonder Years?
Yeah,
The girl that I always wanted when I was young. I dated a few times, but you know, uh,
the little girl next door that's just kind of a sweet, regular girl that, it's,
yeah, nothing special to anybody else. I have a special, a feeling for her still. I guess, you know, since the dream, but I haven't really thought about her since. It's crazy.
well, sometimes these things come up just to remind us of a certain period in our life, too. It sounds like she was something during that period of your life that she represents something from that time of life, even if it is just kind of an innocence or a
Maybe.
you know something like that. It could be that it's stirring up some old memories. um, i I want to say, Chris, we're going to try and address your issue tonight, and if Bomb comes in, we're going to try and help her issue too. um,
Absolutely. I'm not gonna try to take much of your time for sure.
oh, that's okay, Ben. Whatever you want to do is fine. We're pretty laid back here. We're pretty
I
laid back
understand.
crowd.
I appreciate it. So, I mean, yeah, ever since the dream thing was brought up, the dreams have been very vivid. They wake me up full of anxiety, full of anxiety.
You need to write them down, definitely. And then it'll start to come clear. And you know what? The more that you honor your dreams, the more they'll tell you, the more they will let you in on what they're trying to say, the clearer it'll become. And you would be amazed what you might come up with. But let me illustrate a dream that I was just like, what? Just to give you an idea um,
Okay.
of how they can talk to you. Uh, Basically, I had a very controlling spouse in a lot of ways. He is very controlling. and I haven't seen him for ages, and yet I have felt his influence in my life ever since. It
Okay.
seems like every time he finds me, I actually have hidden out from this dude, but he knows how to find people, and even psychically. I was the one who taught him magic, and I'm kind of sorry now that I did. I was the one who taught him how to do some of this stuff, and um, so I'm the one who started him out. Now I'm kind of like, but I had a dream. He was always had a lot about money. He was about money a lot, and
All right.
so I had a dream where we're driving along the car and there's something on the radio about a money giveaway. He was always, calling up these radio DJs and doing stuff with them to try and get stuff. Um,
Yeah.
and so we're driving along the car. I'm driving, and we're he wants me to stop. We found the place where the money drop was, but there's this great big guy there. There's people running around picking stuff up, but there's this one great big guy that looks like nobody you want to mess with, and he's there picking up money, and I'm there like, Bob, I don't think you should really get out. I have a bad feeling about that guy. And he goes, oh, no big deal, and I'm tough. I don't think he's going to do anything. Guess what? As soon as Bob goes out to pick up some of that money, this great big guy picks him up and runs off with him, darts off down the street and goes behind some trees and buildings and stuff, and he's just gone. And I'm like, what just happened? Am I supposed to go after him? Am I supposed to call the police? Am I supposed, what I want? I'm trying to figure out what's my role in all this now. And I'm so confused. And I think, well, am I supposed to go after him? And a woman in another car, the car right beside me, rolls down her window and says, no, no, like that. And I'm there. When I first woke up, I'm like, what the heck just happened there? But then I thought about it, and I asked a couple of my friends. What we determined was some big guy taking out my husband's influence. Somebody bigger than him. Somebody, he thinks of himself as a big shot. He likes to think of himself as a big shot. Somebody bigger than him took him out, took him away. His influence was leaving my life. And things did change after that. I think it was his influence. Something happened, some big thing happened, and took his influence out of my life. So,
But were you practicing Wicca or anything back then, or?
When I was with him?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
maybe something did.
Candles.
Yeah.
He was big in candle magic. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Like I told you before, I'm I'm terrified of witchcraft because of what happened to me before. I don't ever want to see anybody possessed again. And I don't know why the reason was, but I just don't want to see it. Don't want to see it.
I don't think you have to worry so much about, well, okay. Denali says that dreams help us work out future events. They try and tell us that it's just past events that our dreams are chewing over. I don't believe that. I have quite often prophetic dreams, and if you do, she says maybe he's going to meet someone new in his higher self, trying to work out past issues to help in the future. I don't know. That could be.
No, I don't want to meet anybody new. I've been married to my wife for 17 years.
Yeah. He's married, so.
I'm not trying to meet anybody new.
Yeah. I think, can't keep awake. You know what, Marie? I have had that. Honestly, I have had this where I just can't stay awake anymore and I have to sleep when I gotta sleep when I gotta sleep. And I just will, everything will be great. And I even had a cup of coffee and I'll still doze off. What? Because I need it. So you must need it, sweetheart. I have a few questions. Maybe I'll find you in MeWe or something or later on. And I have a few questions for you. You can't see chat, so
Me?
so. No, so is saying he can't see
Oh,
chat.
so
He
yeah, yeah. Okay.
I don't know what to do about that. I can't do anything on this end about it. I'm sorry. Yeah, have a good rest, Lena. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I would say it may be that you're going to. Ben's got bodyguards now. Yeah, that's right. Hey, two really big biker looking bodyguards. Denali says you got bodyguards that look like two big bikers. I have a feeling you're going to be just fine. Hi, Max Vision.
I'm a big biker looking bodyguard guy. I don't really need any.
He says he doesn't need them. Maybe they're just there to be friends
Okay.
or as backup. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe a backup, but
I I gotta say, Ben, you know, I think that you're down in New Orleans. Now, one thing I know about New Orleans, when I lived down there, everybody's magical down there. You can't help it. It's just seeping out of everybody's pores.
yeah, I know, I
The
know.
air you breathe is magic down there. Everything is some kind of magic. Whether
Yeah,
it be Wicca, whether that be voodoo, whether that be Santeria, whether that be high ritual magic or any one of a bunch of other things that it could be. Everybody is, and you know what? Here's another thing about New Orleans. I got to tell you, New Orleans psychics are different than most. I mean, one thing for sure, we got them up here. Some of them pretty good. You go down to New Orleans, and somebody off the street is going to be more psychic than somebody off the street here.
that's
You know,
strange because I have found, I have certain psychic abilities, and I know my grandmother did, and my dad even does, and he's not even involved in that, you know? I'm not really involved in it either. But
it's the
the only thing,
area. It's something about the area. I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's something about the area. And I could see it as I was going down there, as I was heading down there, as we were driving down there, and as I was driving down myself. We were driving down and during before Halloween when with somebody else. I was going with somebody else. And I could see it was like you've got a lot of ley lines intersecting there, which makes
Mm,
your nexus, which makes for vortex, which makes, I mean, you know, magical people who know how to use that energy. That is a battery. That's like a battery, a super power pack.
yeah.
So you can't hardly help but be kind of psychic down there. You got to be almost half dead, brain dead, in order to not be psychic down there at least a little bit. So
Yeah,
I would be amazed if you weren't, if you didn't have something going on with you,
a little bit for sure. A little bit. So,
because it's so common down there. I mean,
yeah.
I met a lot of the street people, and I would tell so many street people that could tell you a fortune just as good as a $60 or $150 psychic up here. I tell you, and amazing. It was amazing. And then, well, I was very honored that I got a job down there as a psychic because
Mm,
that meant I'm no lightweight.
yeah, definitely. But the
Yeah.
reason I am, uh, averse to the topic, it's because of my grandmother. You know that, right?
Right.
And the only reason is because she pushed the Ouija board on us.
Right. And I really don't approve of that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to berate your grandmother. She's gone on.
Yeah, no, I mean, I
Right.
understand that definitely, but she really did push it on us, and she pushed it on all her grandkids, and it's just we wasn't ready for that, and it it um it really opened something up because somebody that a really good friend got possessed, and that wasn't cool.
That's never cool. You know what? And honestly, I'm sitting here thinking to myself when I think of the whole trip. I ended up kind of crash landing down there. I ended up getting broken into right away and having to live there for a little while till I could get some money to come home. And honestly, what a different place it is. Just
Yeah,
in,
it's very different.
and the Southern hospitality, if it wasn't for the Southern hospitality, I don't know how I would have done. But because I'm a friendly person, I could make friends. Once you make friends down there, that's why they call it the Big Easy. Once you make friends down there, everything's good. You can have anything you want, right? Am I right? You can have
Yeah,
anything. You can do anything. You
yeah,
you but if you can't make friends, you're in big trouble. But yeah, I was good at making friends, and I was fine after a while. It took me actually much shorter time to get a job down there. I could get a job down there really easy. I got a job really fast. I knew somebody who recommended me pretty fast, and I got a job pretty fast. And my supervisor wanted to really go farther. She wanted me to come back down after I got home, got myself situated again. She wanted me to come back down, and they wanted to do some bigger things with me. She said, "You're really talented. You're not just a reader, you're clairvoyant." And there's a difference because anybody can read cards if they really want to.
yeah.
You can learn to read the cards, but you've got a natural talent. You're a natural. And that's different. And she says, and you can see things, and you can, because I can do spirit drawings, I can see things and draw them. I also have other talents to go with these talents. I can draw what I'm seeing for you, which I
Wow.
also do. I also offer that. So, and there have been times when I've been really afraid to tell people what I'm seeing and to explain it, but I always have to remember that I have to tell the truth, no matter how scary or strange it sounds. I have to tell what I really am seeing,
Yeah,
and I can't lie about it, and I can't. I just have to be honest. If I'm going to be doing this at all, because what do you come to a reader for? Not to be told a bunch of pretty lies.
no,
Not
absolutely not.
you
No.
come because you got to know something, right? You need to
Yeah,
know something. And if I don't tell you what I'm seeing, I'm doing wrong.
that's
And
true.
I'd be afraid that it'd be going, maybe that gift would be going away then. So yeah, Nolans has a heavy, it's pretty heavy down there. I will tell you, living up north and living down there, oh my goodness.
It's a big difference, huh?
Oh, big difference. Up here, it's just nothing like that. And this town is pretty energetic. Talk to Dark Waters. That's his town. Dark Waters. Huh.
Yeah,
He's not.
dark waters for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, I give
he
him
specializes in dogman and Bigfoot sightings, but especially dogman. And yeah, he's really good about that. Yeah, and he is from New Orleans for sure. I could tell by his accent. He is from New Orleans. So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I can always tell a New Orleans accent. I knew the moment I heard you, I said, I bet he's from New Orleans. Yeah, it sounded like it too when I was down there for a while. I'll start to sound like whoever I'm around after a while.
Yeah, yeah. I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, adaptability. Yep, you're right.
yeah, I kind of adapt down there. Pretty soon I sounded like them. I soon learned that it's not Decatur Street, it's Decatur, Decatur Street,
Decatur. Yeah,
Decatur Street.
yeah, yeah. You're
Yeah,
right.
it's not terpsichore, it's typsicle.
Well, they everything's based on like French spelling down here.
Yeah, it's spelled French, but it's pronounced differently than the French
Decatur.
pronounce it.
Decatur.
Yeah,
Yep.
Decatur is in French. It would be more like Decatur. You know.
No, I mean all of the like the two de, from the Decatur, the DECAT, that would be like French, really.
Oh, the uh, the Decatur. Yeah. It was just funny. Like, you know what? This is another thing that people have reported that happened to me too. You'll start. What is the really Bourbon Street?
What?
You'll start walking down Bourbon Street,
Yeah, Bourbon Street.
and all of a sudden you'll find yourself on the other end of Bourbon Street.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Isn't that
I all know
weird?
about that. Yep.
You've had
Yep.
that happen?
I
Oh, weird, man. It's like some kind of wormhole opens up, and all of a sudden you're on the other side of Decatur Street, and you're like,
yep, it
I
really is,
had
and it's a
no idea about
really different place. It's a
that.
really different place. Yes,
Yeah, you'll be
definitely.
walking along somewhere, and all of a sudden you're in a different part of town. You don't know how the heck you got there.
Absolutely. I
You're
know. I
just
know
walking
it.
along,
I
and
know it.
you lose your concentration for a moment. By something, you look around, and you're in a different place now. It is the weirdest place.
It
And
really is.
see, you guys, if you don't know, some just to experience it, be careful because don't go during Mardi Gras time unless you got a
No, no, I don't recommend Mardi Gras at
great
all.
time. I would not advise it. You have to be very brave and very lucky and have very big guards in order to not
Absolutely.
get in trouble down there because
Absolutely.
rough. It is rough
Oh,
down
yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
Crazy, absolutely nuts. And
I
I
would
don't.
recommend just take a normal day, like a normal week that you don't think anybody would be there, and go down if you want to. I wouldn't recommend Bourbon Street to anybody, though. Tell you the truth.
Well, you know what? It would be interesting. When we went down around Halloween. When the first time I went down around Halloween. And I gotta say, the tombs are interesting. The mausoleums and tombs are in the graveyard. You know,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
it's interesting, and the museums. And that's not too bad of a time. I mean, if you want a little bit, but not too crazy, that's a better time. But sure as hell, don't go down there during
Mm-mm.
the Mardi Gras. You crazy. You better
I've been
be.
living there all my life. I've been on Bourbon Street 3 times. All 3 times I got in a fight. I mean, it's
Seriously?
nothing. It's a tourist trap for real.
It is. It's definitely a tourist trap. And you know what,
It's
though? I worked at a place that was like a quarter of a block off Bourbon Street. I worked down there. I don't know if you know of a place down, if you know the places down.
probably not. Probably not.
But one of the little places I worked, the little place I worked was like a half, like a less than a half a block away from Bourbon Street. So I got to see all the craziness. Oh, that was nothing to sneeze,
Bless you. Bless you.
but it was something to sneeze at. Pardon me, folks.
Hmm.
You know what? I did something. I got to tell you, I realized.
Wow. Every
I
time.
didn't realize this at the time. I think some of the Palo Arco got up my nose. Still burning over here. Whoa! Or maybe it's what I'm saying. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize what I was doing at the time. When I was down there, dead Indians you're talking about down there?
What?
Okay, wait, let me go. Very, very haunted place. Very, very
Yep.
haunted place.
Yep.
Um, Somebody was saying something about what do you see under New Orleans, under Bourbon Street. Well, there is some kind of underground.
Well, no, there's really not an underground. An
Well, I don't
underground,
mean
literally,
underground like, I don't mean like, I mean like
figuratively.
figuratively.
Yeah.
It's very underground place figuratively.
Okay. Yeah. But
Mhm.
not literally, because if you go underground, the water is going to
People
drown you.
is floating.
Yes. No, no. If you're lucky, you could be floating.
If not, yeah, you'll be drowning. But
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, there's some kind of thing that I did down there that I had a vision of, and I didn't, and I have just recently remembered it. But I did cross over a bunch of lost souls. Didn't realize what I was doing at the time. And my friend, who was another psychic, saw it all, saw the whole thing. He said, "Oh my gosh." He says, that was a wonderful thing you just did. And I wasn't even sure what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
That must just be something that I'm meant to do, like there is a lot of need for that. But I think I also pissed some,
Maybe.
I think I
My
really,
my grandmother's house is haunted. You knew that? Did I tell you that?
if you
Yeah.
think, if you think Ohio is something, Chris, if you hang around New Orleans long enough, oh my
Man,
gosh, everything's haunted. You don't go anywhere without spirits. They're all over the place.
they really are. Whether it be ancestors, whether it be slave spirits, whether it be Indian spirits, they're all over here, really. And I don't even know, but I can, from the stories I've heard, I can tell. We have Indian mounds over here.
Yeah, we do too. You have you? Well, then I mean, they even got more than Ohio does, I think. Weird. But they just don't talk about it because to them it's all normal.
Yeah.
To them it's just all normal. It's like, sure, of course the whole place is haunted, so and everybody knows it and nobody, it's
Yeah.
weird. It's really weird. Everybody knows it too. You won't shock anybody with a ghost story at
Yeah,
all.
really. Yeah.
No, not at all. Yeah, not even one person. You can go to anybody down there and say, "Well, I just saw a ghost." And they'll go, "Yeah."
Yeah, but my grandma had
So what?
my grandmother had like the haunted house in Vacherie, in where we grew up, Vacherie, which literally translates to cow pasture in French. Vacherie means cow pasture. So
Really?
that's where we grew up. Yeah. 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 And there was a lot of different things that happened at my grandmother's house.
I bet.
Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty crazy.
Well, yeah, it's like I don't think you can grow up in New Orleans without being affected in some way. I don't think it's possible. You're
But
lucky
make
it wasn't anything worse than it was.
well, make no mistake, not everybody, deals with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unknowingly. You know what I mean? Knowingly, they don't deal with this. I didn't know I had any kind of thing, but I feel completely different since then.
I'm sure most people have something going on down there. With I saw a lot of people down there. There was, when I was down there, so many indigent people. There were like 2 or 3 in each doorway sleeping. I don't know what the square's like now. But that's what the square was like when I was down there. When you
No,
would,
but this is okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
that's okay. I mean, down in the quarter.
Oh no, this is the rural part of Louisiana I'm talking about.
The rural, like in the bayou area.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That'd be
Did
entirely
you
different.
did you go see Oak Alley?
No,
No.
no.
It's a plantation that's been in, it's a very famous plantation.
Hi,
It,
72 Bears. Yeah, very famous. I wanted to. I didn't get to. I didn't get to it. Unfortunately, I was all I could do to keep my body and soul together down there.
okay.
I almost got killed down there. Really, it was very close to getting killed down there, and I knew it. Fortunately, I had my sixth sense, and I knew the guy was fixing to kill me.
Wow.
I knew it. He was inviting me down by the river to have some, we were going to get some food and sit down by the river. I know what that means. Down by the river is where you go. You go sit down by the bay. You can, that bay is like a big toilet. It'll flush everything right out to sea. And I even know why. It's because I noticed on his table, he was a vendor, and I noticed that he had some of my stolen goods. And he figured out that I knew, and then I might call a cop or something. It was very obviously some of my stolen goods that they redid, and basically, then all of a sudden he's hitting on me, wanting me to come down uh, to have dinner down, and I knew I'm not that stupid. There ain't nothing down there except water and gators.
Fishing, that's it. Water, gators. The river doesn't have much gators, but yeah, but it's a good way to dispose of somebody.
Oh yeah, you want to get rid of somebody, that'd be very easy. People go missing down there a lot,
Oh yeah.
and
I
it's
mean,
new.
those currents are crazy in the river.
Yeah, you get in there and you might never get yourself out. It's like a big toilet.
You're right about that. You're right. Don't
So,
ever try to swim in that river. You
mm-mm.
won't. You're not coming back.
And then the reason that things got so bad down there was Pontchartrain is so polluted.
Yeah, it is.
Pontchartrain, I was told that if anything falls in Pontchartrain, it's going to die
Yeah.
because it's that polluted. You're going to
Well,
die.
we have
Pontchartrain,
tons.
you're a dead man.
Yeah, we have tons of chemical plants over here because of the river. You know, we
Mm-hmm.
have tons of chemical plants, and I mean, corporations really don't have a conscience, so they will pollute.
Absolutely. Well, that's a problem with corporations.
Yeah.
Corporate entities. I don't care what anybody says. I think corporate entities. I think somehow the whole idea of corporate entities. I think some of these corporations are literally bringing in entities,
Hmm. Wow.
or maybe even creating them. They might even be creating entities. Now, this is a weird, kind of another weird woo story, but you guys come here for woo, right? That's what you come for.
Yeah, the woo. Love the woo.
Come for the woo. Here you go. I have always felt that I will mention, okay, the company that was making Roundup for a long time.
Mon. Yep. Mon. Yep.
Yeah, we're
Yep.
not gonna, we'll
M-
say Monster Santa.
Monster. Yeah. Sure. Yep. I
So
got
we
you.
don't get in trouble. But that those people have got to be extremely evil, because not only does everything they make kill something, they do one thing well, kill. They kill really well. Everything they make kills. And not just what they say they're killing, but other stuff too. I mean, they're basically Agent Orange. Their formula that they commonly tout, that's still on sale, even though we know it's cancer causing and very dangerous, is a watered down version of Agent Orange.
I
And
have. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
go ahead.
I have a text message from somebody who works at Monster right now. Really?
Monster
Isn't
Sam.
that synchronicity?
That is really weird that works there. And I know that they don't eat their own food. They won't eat their own
Mm,
GMOs. They won't.
I
They
got a
have
buddy that, yeah.
organic food. And yeah, somebody reported on that. They actually have in their luncheon, their food is organic food, not their food, not their pesticide food. I
Yeah.
do not think that pesticide should be in the food aisle. I don't believe that. I don't think food should be pesticide. You
Yeah,
wonder,
well, I'm I don't know. I don't know. But
well,
at
yeah,
the same time we need industry, so there's the conundrum.
well, we
At the
need
same
other
time,
stuff.
it's like trying not to poison people and trying not to poison the economy. I mean, not the economy, the world, the ecology.
Try not to poison the ecology. Yeah, try not to poison the whole world while you're making your money, will you?
Yeah, but a lot of times that goes hand in hand.
Yeah,
It
uh,
really does.
it doesn't have to though. There's got to be all kinds. See, the thing is, there's ways to do everything. We're just, for some reason, they're being lazy ass about it, you know? And
Mm,
that's what's annoying. I know there are better ways to do things. We all know there are better ways. Well, maybe not every one of us,
so okay,
but
D. Yeah.
there are
I,
better ways.
all right, D. I think that there's been a different type of energy since the at least the 40s that we are aware of. Children.
At least, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that my grandmother said that the man who took her, who owned the Coke factory down in Akron, and showed her around the Coke factory, he wouldn't let his kids drink it. He showed her
Your
how
mom?
to etch the steel bins, the steel drums that they made it in. And honestly, he said, I wouldn't let my kids drink that. We don't drink it. And she would get on the case of any of the mothers, any of her daughters who let the children drink Coke. She would get right on their case. Don't you know what that stuff is? Well, you're drinking steel. It's etching the steel barrels. You're drinking steel. You're drinking metal when you're drinking Coca-Cola. Back then. I don't know what they got now. I don't know how they do it now, but back then maybe that's what that special flavor was. It was metal. It was steel.
Hmm.
So, because it would eat the steel. So what's it doing to your stomach? Well, it'll eat bird lime off of anything. It'll get as gunk off, but it'll also take all, if you leave it too long, it'll take all the paint off your car. You want to ruin somebody's car, you can spray Coke all over it and not clean it
Because
up.
of the acid, though.
Yeah, it's very highly caustic
The acidity. No, it's not caustic. It's acid.
acid. Yeah.
Yeah, acidic. It's like base. It's
Yeah.
not caustic. From what
It,
I've heard.
yeah, I probably used the wrong word, but it's like, honestly, what's it doing to your stomach then? It's so highly acid. It's not good for you, but
Yeah.
it gives you a thrill. That's why you put bourbon in your Coke. Well, we can survive a little bit of anything, but
Hmm.
it's when you have it. You know, I keep thinking it's got to be dissolving your bones away. It's got to be dissolving things in you. Uh, it's kind of like if you put somebody in a vat of Coke, you'd probably be getting rid of evidence, right? So,
No, no. Well, maybe. I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it's acid. It's like pretty soon stuff would start to disappear.
Yeah, definitely.
Unless the sugar preserved you. I mean, you probably get rid of evidence with Coca-Cola practically.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, there's a lot of things corporations do. And there was a person who saw, and I always felt like uh, the Monster Santo place had something like that going on. But then somebody told me that they had a dream before they ever heard of that, way before they ever heard of it, that there was this, and they wrote the dream down. And goes back to dreams again, how important they can be to write it down. They wrote it down, and that's how they could remember. I think that's how the story went. But they said, I had this really weird dream that there was this monster coming up out of. It was like I think they even described that it was like farmland. That there was a field, and all of a sudden, this monster shows up, blowing in on the breeze. And it had a sign on it that said Monsanto, but they didn't know what that meant.
Hmm.
Oops, I said it. But they didn't know what it meant.
They have.
Later on, they understood it. Later on, they thought back and they read it and they're like, oh my gosh. They saw the entity that's associated with that corporation. They literally were
I,
the corporate entity.
I have really good friends that work there. Really good friends. I
Mhm.
mean,
It's
they
not,
just do their job.
yeah, I mean, the people that are working there are not doing it. I'm thinking it's got to be the high ups that are doing this stuff, because the people that
Um,
are working there are just doing their job.
yeah.
They're not sitting there planning evil plots.
No, definitely.
And I'm not
Definitely.
blaming them. I mean, there's a lot of people working for a lot of corporations that ain't sitting there planning evil plots or anything. It's just the nature of a corporation to put the bottom line over the good of the individual or the college or anything else, because uh, they have a commitment to fulfilling that bottom line for their
Yeah,
shareholders.
absolutely. You're
And
right.
it's a legal commitment. So they have a legal commitment for that. Is John here? Uh, I can't. Ah,
Chris,
job types.
Chris,
Oh,
Pappy.
military
Is that
lubricant,
Pappy?
Martin? Huh? Yeah, Pappy says margarine oleo was first used as a military lubricant before they started adding yellow food dye and salt and called
Oh,
it a
butter.
butter substitute. Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. It's a, vegetable type, strange butter thing.
A
Yeah.
fake butter, and it turns out that it's really bad for you.
Isn't
You know,
it like
good
some
for
kind
you.
of, what is hydrogenated?
Hydrogenated, yeah, which means they solidified it somehow. They did
Yeah, yeah.
hydrogen into it, which makes it bad for you. So,
Yeah, like a vegetable oil will not be a solid at our temperature. So, like a non-hydrogenated would be like a butter or
like
animal
a
fat.
real thing, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So they
Or
put
olive
stuff,
oil or something.
yeah, so they put stuff into it to make it solidified as butter at our temperature.
Does it mean different to you, Chris?
Nah.
Okay.
If you wanna get Chris or somebody on here, that's
No,
cool.
I don't know anybody else want to come in. I'll put the link down in case somebody
Weren't
wants to come and sound off
weren't
of
you talking about somebody need to find their third eye?
what?
Weren't you talking about somebody needs to find their third eye? Maybe
Chris
it's just a comment I saw. Okay. Okay.
wants to has been trying to get his third eye to open so he
I
can
have no idea what that means. Okay.
margarine is close to plastic. Yes, it is. In fact, it is fairly close to plastic and tastes like it. So
Partially hydrogenated. That's what they call it, right?
yeah,
Partially hydrogenated. Yeah.
is
So,
bad for you. So just
yeah, that's the worst shit.
yeah, well, it clogs up your arteries and does other nasty things. So what do you know? Once again, it's a corporate thing. You know what? Slinkies. Here's another corporate thing. Slinkies, and that is a kid thing. I mean, every kid wanted a Slinky. They
Is it
really
a slinky? A
marketed
slinky? Such a wonderful toy. Fun
it.
for a girl and a boy. Is
Right.
that
It
is that
really
what that
did.
is?
Except so many people got hurt on that. I mean, people were
Wow. How do you hurt yourself with a slinky?
well, it was originally a spring made out of steel. It was a steel spring,
Mm.
plastic.
Did it have barbed wire on it?
When I was a kid,
It had barbed wire?
it was actually a piece of metal, sharp. The edges were sharp.
Wow.
I cut myself on my slinkies many times.
Really?
You were taught that what you could do is make it walk downstairs.
Mm-hmm. And it didn't do that.
On the stairs, people would step on it and sometimes lose toes.
That shit never worked.
And it
It
was
never walked downstairs.
really worked very well.
Mm-hmm.
You had to do it just right, and then it wouldn't really keep going. And it just was a dumb toy that you could really get hurt on. But they put it out anyway. And you know what? It was just a spare part, like some kind of aircraft part or something that they had. And so they just repurposed it as a toy, even though
A
it was
magical toy.
really dangerous, right? And they didn't
They
care.
called it they called it magical. So
Oh yeah,
I believed it.
and it
No,
got
I
so
didn't.
popular. In fact, they remade it. First, they put plastic bits on the end so you wouldn't get it wound into your skin because it was so sharp it'd actually penetrate you and wind into your skin because it's a
Mm,
spring. And
yeah.
and I mean, I got cut a lot of times on that toy. I remember as a kid, I got cut, and I wouldn't leave it on the stairs because I knew better. It had more sense. But somebody who didn't have enough sense, man, you could get hurt pretty bad.
Mm.
And and then they finally made it plastic, which now it's nerfed. It's safe. But back in the day, my
I bet
God,
it.
it was a dangerous toy.
I bet it really doesn't walk downstairs now.
Yeah, it probably doesn't do a daggone thing much anymore. It's just something
Hey
interesting.
D, let me ask you real quick. Can you tell if the attachment is gone?
As far as I can see, it's gone.
All right, awesome,
Still
awesome. And
gone.
I really do thank you about that.
Well, you're welcome. We all did it. And we did it because it was the right thing to do.
Thank you.
You don't owe us nothing except just have a good life. Ah,
Thank
we
you.
love you, Ben. You one of
I love
us.
y'all too. Yeah, I am. I am.
Yeah, you are.
I am. But I'm just freaked out by the witchcraft for sure.
I don't
I don't
blame
understand it. Yeah.
I don't blame anybody for that. You know what? It can be a very scary thing. And
Overwhelming type. Yeah, absolutely overwhelmed. Yeah, and I'm just, I wasn't ready for that because I mean it was just something that didn't
where
I
you
didn't.
at? You weren't expecting. See, this is what I keep telling people. It's like anything. They do a Ouija board or they do a séance, and they're not expecting anything to really happen.
Yeah, really, I know. I know.
They're real excited. Oh, something happened. How did that happen? And then they
Yeah,
argue. Oh, you're just doing that. No, you're just doing it. No, no, I'm
yeah.
not. No, wait a minute. Something's really happened. Then it gets exciting, but they don't know what they're doing. They really don't understand. And that is Like, I'm there like, what? It's like a plan. I swear it's a plan. I swear it had to be something that somebody wanted to happen, that kids get drawn into this or anybody gets drawn into this. It would be a wonderful thing if you were trying to actually do evil to set it up to where nobody believes you got nobody believing that this really is going to do anything, and they play around and something happens, you get excited, all of a sudden, now you're doing it all the time, but then by the time you figure out what's going on, it's just too late always.
Yeah,
So
well, the reason I was drawn in is because I'm sorry. Go ahead, D.
that's okay. I was just ranting.
Okay. Well, you can keep on.
Well,
I didn't mean to cut you
they
off.
don't tell you how to close this. They, it should be emphasized if you are going to use this properly, open the ceremony, properly close it. And there are people who use this kind of tool all the time. At certain times of the year, it's traditional for them to contact their ancestors in this way. There's
Hmm.
nothing wrong with that. They're doing it the way that they've been told. They're
Yeah.
contacting their ancestors, but kids, when they're young, about that age, what are they thinking of? Let's see if we can contact the powers of darkness. You know,
Well, yeah. I wouldn't. I would
everybody
have never done it.
dumb,
I was not. You know. You, you've heard the story, right?
right?
So I was not trying to contact anybody. It was just thrust upon us. So we said, let's see if we could contact our grandfather.
Well, let's see what we can do. Yeah, just innocent, just so like,
Yeah,
oh, we didn't have anything better to do. We thought we'd try this, and boom, what happened?
it's true. Oh, yeah. Absolute horrifically things. Like not horrific, but unimaginable things happen. And we didn't know that any of this was possible. And, but I know who did. I know who knew. My grandma knew.
She must have known.
She absolutely did know. Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
if you don't know what you're doing and you're not aware, then yeah, then I'm sure there's something there looking, going, oh, I see a pigeon right now.
yeah, we were teenagers, though. You know, we didn't know shit. No teenager knows anything about life. Really, what teenager do you know that knows a lot about life?
Not too many. Not too many. Not too many. I'm with Pappy Two Bears. I was going to mention that. In fact, that's very synchronous because one of the things I was going to address.
Synchronicity.
Yeah, we have so much synchronicity on this show. This we should be calling it the ocean synchronicity or
Why
something.
don't you call it that?
Because synchronicity is like meaningful coincidences. We have,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
we should
Absolutely.
almost be calling it something like that because we have so many meaningful coincidences. It's like we're all thinking in the same, general direction. It's like, and people just say, I was just thinking about that. I was just going to ask about, I would, well, and then Pappy comes and says this, and I'm like, yeah, I was about to really go into kind of a little bit about that. I went when I was younger. I am very interested in magic. I went to Starwood festivals, and I went to this festival and that festival, all kinds of pagan and alternative type festivals as a vendor. And when there were always ceremonies, and there was every kind of ceremony. I mean, I got to see all kinds of ceremonies. It was just amazing, all the different kinds of ways people have to do magic, their thing. And so I kind of got to participate in each of them, being an eclectic. That's fine with me. I'm shamanic eclectic. I don't have any one thing that I have to hold to. I just, I'm kind of like Pappy. I do what I do. I'm Native American based, but I do what I do. What I'm told to do, what I'm guided to do is what I do. And that's why you guys can do this, is because you're like that too. I can tell Denali's like that. Yeah. Guide keeps us on, and that, we do what our guidance says, and then we're okay. If we don't do what our guidance says, then we run into trouble, right? Every time. So, the whole thing is, I don't care what you think about what I do. It's none of my business. Your opinion of what I do, you think I don't do right. I hear some channels going, you got to do it this way. You got to do it that way. You got to do it, and it's like, dude, do I tell you how you have to do things? And we will not mention the person who had a run-in with some of my mods, which we will not mention her name, but I was very nice to this woman. But she would always come in, and when she came in to talk, she wouldn't talk for a few minutes. She wouldn't talk for an hour. She'd pretty much take over the stream. And I couldn't hardly get a word in. And so, if she's estranged from here, well, that's really not going to hurt me that much, honestly, because the last time she was on, I was actually towards the end, I was totally bored. I was using all those catchphrases that interviewers use when they're totally bored. Like, really? That's fascinating. Okay, what? But yeah, Bommy. Wasn't it Bommy that led you here, Denali? Yeah. Um, I'm so glad she did too, because you just fit so well in here. Hey, it's Micah. Micah came in. If you fit here or not. I only want you if you fit in here. I don't want everybody. I don't want every darn buddy in here. I don't want a bunch of disruptive jerkwads in here. I want people who are like us in here to do this work, to talk over our subjects that we like to talk, and not harass people about it. Don't be coming in harassing my people about it. You're the one that needs to check yourself, person who comes in here trying to harass my mods or my people in here. Check yourself. Why, the ego, bring the ego down just a little bit. Realize that people have their different ways of doing stuff. And that is one thing I have seen, absolutely. People have their different ways of handling things. They get their information. What does it matter what the ceremony is? As long as it is working, it's a positive thing, it's bringing positive results. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. Very results oriented. So, you sit there and you think to yourself, what the heck is your problem? You think everybody has to do it your way. Well, it wouldn't work that way for me. If I try to do it, this way or that way, it doesn't work. I found that out. It just doesn't work that well for me. My mind doesn't work like that. My psyche doesn't work like that. My energy doesn't work like some of these things. It just doesn't. Or I just don't need it. I don't need to do high ritual magic to get anything done. And some people would say, oh, I bet you could do so much more, if you did this way or that way or, some other way. And it's like, I do what I'm supposed to be doing. If I ever get the guidance to do it another way, then I will do it another way. But until I do, I'm going to keep doing it the way that's working. Thank you very much. And why should I change? I saw many a ceremony done different ways. I mean, at Starwood, they had everything from voodoo to Santeria to they had Wicca, they had high ritual magic, they had this, they had that, they had the other. They even one year they had Satanists. It's just everybody's magic. I don't know if they still did. But the one year they let the Satanists in, I know they hadn't been there up to that point. But it's just everybody's ceremony works for them, it seems like. And I'm not going to stand there and tell you which one is yours. You're going to know. You're going to come in, and it's going to be your people. You'll know your peeps. You'll know them. Okay? And nobody, yeah. Same different pathways. Well, you want to come in and tell us about it, Pappy? You're welcome. Come in and tell us about that. Oh, that sounds beautiful, Denali. Hi, Barry. How you doing? Still stinking up the place and typing with your nose hairs? Barry's a character, but which one? Which one right now? We got to tease Barry a little bit. Okay, so yeah, basically, you know, if I ever get the guidance, for instance, that I need a substance to do something, oh heck, I'll just do it. Sure. Could it be that there were some substances in my past that influenced my shamanism? There may or may not have been, as they say. Yeah, might have been. Is it something that I have to do now? No, not so far. Not been getting pinged to do it. Not been getting called to do certain things. There's some things, you know, that maybe I'll do sometime, try at some point, this or that, if the situation requires it. If I get a ping that I need that, but I'm not worried about it, you know. Until then, I'm just going to keep doing what I do and my way. This is something else. And the princess needs a court. Yeah, and that's true. Ask a lot of questions. Yeah, it's true, man. You are a character. Yes, you bet. I think we're all characters. That's why we get along in here. So we're all characters. Really. But I was thinking to myself about the possibility. I guess I was meditating, not medicating, but meditating, and thinking. So what is, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't even seem to matter who you pray to. What does that tell me? It tells me that what makes it works because we do. God is in everything. It flows through everything. The energy flowing through everything, that's God. We direct it. We direct it with our hopes and fears and stuff that we do, stuff we say, the vibrations that we make. Now, there was this incident that happened every year. These people would come from Africa to do African drumming. I learned some African drumming ways from them, and to do some ceremonies. But they would say things that would always sound like they were insulting us, our ceremonies, because you would do a typical goddess type ceremony. And one of the things that they would always do was when it was over, you would give the energy back to the earth. You would give the leftover energy back to the earth to be recycled. And well, there was several things that they do very different in Africa. And Marie could probably testify to this. But so they said something they would say every year. They would be standing there just with like looking like awestruck, like what? Like, how are they doing this? And they said, we don't understand how you're getting anything done. You know, we don't know how you hope to manage to get anything done the way you're doing it. And so some people were taking offense to that. But the guy that was translating said, no, you don't understand. That's a very high compliment. Because what they're saying is, you're getting stuff done, and it's, to us, it's absolutely impossible to get anything done the way you're doing it. Yet, things are getting done, and we don't understand how that could possibly be. It's beyond our comprehension how you can get anything done. But you are. So we blew their minds, right? We were blowing their minds. We didn't realize that. It sounded like an insult, but really, they were impressed. And of course, we were impressed with what they were doing too. It was like, wow, is that how you were doing? How does that work? You know, it was just like, you know, apples and oranges is what it was. So, you know, what kind of shaman you are, you're going to have to figure that out. You're going to have to come up with that yourself. If you're here, you might be more like me. You might be the eclectic type. You might be the kind that just listens to the guidance and goes with the flow. You know, you have maybe enough experience. If you have enough experience, you can do that. I would say if you don't have much experience, you just might want to do a little checking around to see what your thing is. But I think if you're enjoying yourself here, probably you're going to end up being like, you're finding out you're a lot like us here. Most of us are just the way the Pappy said. That's the way we are. We listen to our guidance. We do what we are shown by our higher guidance, and don't worry about it. You know, and if somebody comes up and says, "But you're not going by the rules," it's like, go by your own rules. What do I tell you? Do I tell you what to do? I don't bother to tell you what to do. So, whatever, you know. I try not to let these things bother me, but sometimes I hear it and people will just be so vehement that it has to be done just a certain thus and so way. And it's like, no, it doesn't. No. I would say there are many ways that you could possibly safely use a Ouija board. But I would say you would have to know what the heck you're doing in order to use it safely, or have extremely protective guides. Or sometimes I think people just let things happen to you so you can learn something from it. I don't know, Denali. That may be a lot for somebody who went from zero to woo in overnight. I mean, I'm not going to speak for Ben, but I am going to remind you that Ben didn't even know if he believed in any of this. And then that happened to him. Then we did our thing and that happened. And like, obviously something happened. You got to be ready for that. You got to let that sink in a little bit. I think it's starting to level out for him, but that shakes up your world. Where are you at today? There's your question. With scales. Yeah, I think maybe you might want to talk about it confidentially. I think that's a good idea. There's always MeWe. Hmm. Which one should write a book, me or actually, I think several of us should. Yeah. Everything is permissible, but not beneficial. And I agree. I will not be mastered by anything. I do not consider any of these things my master. No. And the angels, the people who worship angels, and we got to do it this way and there, the angels, you know what? They're not angels then. Angels are our servants, really. And the reason that, if you believe the Bible, the reason they fell, the ones who would not serve us, who refused, are the ones who fell. So, no, you should not be serving some other entity. You know, they don't need it. If they're really a powerful entity, they don't need your worship. They really don't. And you don't need to be worshiped to be you. It's fun maybe to play that way, but you don't need it. You don't like social media either. Yeah, I'm in the mood. To be a shaman, you have to know and you have to know and oh, you have to know and something. What you're doing. Yeah, to be a shaman, you better know what you're doing. It's true. Right. It's a symbiotic relationship. Even, and it's not so much that most of these people, it's worship is really a wrong word. This idea of worship is not really quite right. We don't, for instance, worship white buffalo calf woman, venerate, respect, listen to, honor. Don't worship. Or Kuan Yin, or no. You know what? If somebody wants to know, Master Yeshua is a great ascended master. I don't worship him. And he doesn't require it. Anybody who's anybody in the magical realm doesn't need your worship. Just as a clue, just as a hint. Doesn't need it. Some of them want it. But yeah, if you've got the power of the universe flowing through you, come on. It stands to reason, doesn't it? You don't need anybody to worship you. You don't need to worship anybody. Yes, in my opinion too. In my opinion too. Symbiosis Corporation's a mess. Yeah, a relationship. It is a relationship. Now you want to be respectful. You want to be honoring, just like you would a dear friend or a teacher or a mentor. You want to, you don't want to be rude to them. You don't want to be cruel and mean or unmindful, what you're doing when you're working with them. But if they start to get all mad at you because you don't cross your T's and dot your I's just perfectly the way that they'll tell you, you know, I don't know. No. Yeah, MeWe feels safer to me too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thoth doesn't care what you think. Yeah, he doesn't really. He really doesn't. Yeah. It's yeah, I'm here. I'll give you some information. I'll help you out. But they're all like that. I wonder that too. I bet they do. I bet they do. Yeah, why can't I speak with other gods? And here isn't the kicker, too. If there is only one God, why is this God worried about other gods? Huh. Inter- Interesting. Now, you know, I'm not bashing the religions, other religions, but I have to say the Abrahamic religions all have a lot in common. And one of the main things they have in common is worship the patriarch. And a mistrust, maybe even hatred of the divine female seems to be later on. I mean, it seems like in the older parts of the Bible and the Old Testament, they had female judges just like they had male judges. That all went away at one point, and it became very, very totalitarian, masculine patriarchy. And I think it came in with the priest class because the priests had so darn many rules. It was ridiculous. And I'm sorry. I'm not trying to bash your religion, but really some of those rules. If we lived by all that today, everybody'd be dead. Nobody'd be left alive, I don't think. We couldn't even possibly think to live by those kind of rules today. And some of them being so harsh and so picky and so minutia. It's like, my gosh, OCD much? I don't know, maybe there was a reason for it, but just to me, it looks so OCD. It's like micromanaged and everything, so much micromanagement. I, oh, you're a Leo. Yeah, worship me. I'm a Leo. I don't know what your problem is. Why don't you worship me? Yeah, well, I think some Christians are starting to get the picture now that the wolf is lying down with the lamb instead of the lion. You know what? We are getting together around a campfire. Just imagine it right there in the middle. Hold hands, sing kumbaya. I don't even know the words to kumbaya. Is it just kumbaya over and over? Oh, I could do that. But I don't know. I'm not that much into singing kumbaya, but we could sing some stuff. Yeah, it would be great if we could. I really want to set up an event once we get through COVID, if we can get through COVID, if we can swim through. Yeah, if we can get through it, and where we can do stuff we want to do again. I would love to set something up right here in Ohio if you could get here, because we have so much here in Ohio, beauty and wonderful places to gather. And I always picture that too, Etri. I'd love to see that. Yeah. You dropped your wiener in the fire. Julia, you got wieners? You got a wiener, Julia? Okay. You say so? Here goes my hot dog. Hang on to your marshmallows. You bet. Hang on to those marshmallows, women. Don't let them fall in the fire. Okay. Etra's rolling on the floor, laughing. Anyway, honestly, we need to do that. Yeah, we'd probably have a heck of a time, though. They'd never get rid of us. We'd go to a park. We'd have you know, I even know the exact park, which would be great, probably, would be the Ledges. That would be great. Or if we want to swim all day, yeah, Nelson's Ledges would be great. If we met out at Nelson's Ledges, we could have a blast all day and swim and climb and hike. Beautiful area, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But usually they have a music show every weekend when it's warm. Oh, Chris, I had a feeling about that. Cooking pork chops over an open flame. Yeah, Ohio is beautiful. Has beautiful parks, and hey, no shortage of woo in Ohio. We got woo around every corner. Nelson's Ledges. Place is called Nelson's Ledges, and it's a venue for bands. They often have shows there on the weekends, so it's fun. It's nice. And then the weekdays you can go and just swim all day in a spring-fed quarry. It's a very nice place. It's very mellow. So I throw in a hot tub. They don't have a hot tub that I know of. I wish they did. Now, the place up in New York that we went for Starwood had a hot tub, I believe. Did they have a hot tub? I'm trying to remember. Or was that a private thing? That might have been a private thing. Yeah, I think it was. Sorry. But yeah, they have a pool. And you know what? In New York, at Starwood, you could swim naked in the pool. It was a wonderful experience. If you have never swum naked in a pool, it is orgasmic, really. I mean, just the water swishing around you and everything. And we would do little dances in the pool and little things, and it was just swimming around in the pool naked was wonderful. Do they have a lighthouse at? It's a spring-fed quarry. It's not the ocean. Yeah, we could have a Bigfoot call competition. Heck yeah, we could. You guys keep thinking of things like that. You know what? We're going to get this to happen one day. Bring the salt licks. There you go. Hey, Denali, remember, we're still going to make our first millions selling little blocks of salt on a rope. We could call it Hope on a Rope. Sasquatch whispers, I'm a birdie too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, New York. It was up in Starwood was up in New York, but I think it moved now. So, tree knocker competition. Piss the Squatch off contest. There you go. That's Chris's contribution. Let's have a piss the Squatch off contest. Who wants to go first? Oh yeah, that worked. That's funny. You guys are funny. You guys are funny, but smell ain't everything. You know what? I think it's just about time. We got enough people here. Do we want to give Chris a little bit of extra energy to try and get his third eye open? If you want to do this healing circle, do you want to do a healing circle tonight? I offered that in the description. Do you want to do that tonight, folks? Yeah, that's right. Just learn to remote view and we can all meet there anyway. Well, we're all meeting here anyway, and Pappy calls this a dream lodge, and it is. Shaman have dream lodges where they get together and talk. Not on the internet usually. This is a different one. But for those of you who can't do it with your third eye, we're doing it on the internet. We're doing it on the copy of the real net. Oh, about Bigfoot calling and tree knocking. Yeah, I know. I understand, Chris. I got that. Oh, you're not feeling it tonight. Hope on a rope? Maybe. Look up Ohio Woo Crew, Ben, and you'll find us all. I think we're all in there now. Really? You're only about 6 hours from me. Really cool, Etri. Yeah. Yeah, she still looks the same in there. So yeah, come on in, join the Woo Crew. Anybody who hasn't done so, please do join the Woo Crew, Ohio Woo Crew. That's my group, and then you'll find all of us, and then you'll find other groups that some of us have attached to that. So get yourself plugged in with everybody. You would like help also? Okay, so hi, Bomber. Okay, anybody needing some healing and attention, come forward. Let me know. Yeah, I mean, then how would you type, Barry? If Sasquatch grabbed your hop full of your nostril hair, how would you ever type? Or drum? Exactly. It sure is, Pappy. Oh, yes, Titan. Oh, yes. Maybe I'll talk about that sometime. Hey, both of you, by the way. That's right, a weed guy who delivers. Yeah, nose hairs are very painful to lose. Oh, horrible. Horrible. Yeah, that would be torture, wouldn't it? Somebody. Now you got this picture in my mind. Somebody tied down to a, you know, and somebody there with tweezers pulling the nostril. Ah! Look what you do. Okay, we need some healings in here. Even me, I still need a little bit. My back and leg are better than they were, and really for a few days they were pain free. It's starting to come back a little bit, but it was gone for a while. This is a good thing. Maybe it's starting to heal up. Maybe at some point we can get it to go all the way back to right again, to where it doesn't keep trying to go back. But I'm going to say it's certainly worth a shot in my case, because for a few days there I was not having pain in those areas and or anywhere in my body for a while. It was very nice to not have pain. Wax those hairs. So wax on, wax off. You know what they say. Okay. and my love. Oh, we love you too, dear. We love you too. I'm going to start the healing ceremony. Whoa. Earthquake. Not really. It's not an earthquake. It's just me trying to get down to my drum. Somebody put something on top of my drum, and no, it wasn't me this time. What the heck? Oh, come on now. That's a drum, not a table. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Having the energy. Oh, I know. It's like trying to keep my energy up these days. It's something, quite something. Ah. I understand I can't always chat a lot either. Sometimes I lurk a lot. Hey, we're lurkalikes. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath and fire my spirit. Raising some energy, folks. Just let the tempo of this drum get you into that state. Everybody lurks. We are lurkalikes. Big hugs. Me too. So, not only are we all fiercely independent, my goodness, I really am a cat herder. But we all have to recharge alone. So we're all extroverted introverts. That makes sense. My goodness, I am a cat herder now. I can't be too loud. I don't want to get in trouble here because it's 9:06 already. Matter of fact, I better drum softly. Wind blows, fire glows, water flows, earth grows. Wind blows, fire glows, water flows, earth grows. Okay, healers, start your engines. It's not a race, but let's turn it on. All of us together. See how many people we can get to feel better. So crank it up. Wyrd is magic, and therefore Wyrd is what I am, proudly. Wyrd is a part of me. I would have you all remember, I would ask you to please remember who you are, that you are divine, you're co-creators. You're a part of the all. You're a part of the all-powerful. And you're not alone. You have a tribe. You have your individual soul families and guides and protectors with you. And you have this tribe right here with you. You are not alone. You are powerful, limitless beings, dancing on the earth plane for a while, doing what you came to do, whatever that was. Your vibration, the things you say, the things you do, the energy you put out, affects everything around you. One of the best things you can do is better yourself. Then the energy you put out is better too. And by making yourself better, you're also making the world better. So know that. So now, don't be afraid to come in and partake of the healing energy that's being offered right now. And feel the fire, the warmth of the fire, and the Reiki fire, the Reiki energy. I'm also, this time, going to call on Violet Flame. Violet Flame that transmutes toxins and poisons. The violet flame that changes things. Alchemy. Violet flame. Blazing throughout everything. Imagine the fire, violet, purple. Purple is a little bit different from violet though. Violet is transmutation. Purple is transformation. The violet flame is for transmuting everything that is toxic and poisonous and not working. which we will call the lead or the dross, into gold, which is symbolic of healing and better and higher vibrations. So I think it's the violet flame we need right now. So take everything that's toxic and everything that's poison and peel it off of you and give it to that fire that is ready to take it and transmute it and take it from you. Everything you're willing to give up, everything you don't need, everything that's hurting you, that you feel that you can give up. Throw it in the fire, let it go. Some of the worries that have been driving you nuts for a long, long time, throw it in the fire, let it go. Maybe you have to break off a relationship. Maybe you have to quit a bad habit. Maybe the place you live is not very suitable. Whatever it is. Maybe you have too many of what they call these days Karens in your life. Who can be quite toxic. Let them go. Just let them go. And when these things come up again, if they come up again, if they do, actually they may not. Once you throw them in the fire, they may be gone. But if there's still something that are there to be perhaps a lesson to you, for you to get through, my advice is to be like air, or to be like water, which if somebody throws something at you, go let it go right through. Just let it go right through. Here's a line from a song. Some of you know the band Jane's Addiction. One of my favorite songs is about me. It's the ocean song, literally called the ocean. I believe that is the and one of the great lines is, I've watched the ocean break on the shore and come back together with no harm done. Be like that. Something tries to break you, come back together just like nothing happened. Just let it pass right through. Or maybe you want to be like the wind. They spit at you, it comes right back on them. Whatever makes you laugh, don't do it in a mean way. Laugh. Laugh at it. Because it's at that point which you don't care, which you just, well, going to say it. If your give a damn is broken, that's good. Because I've heard more than one person say that. You know, I just don't care anymore what anybody thinks. I'm going to be who I am. What I am. Somebody slings something at me. Somebody has a problem with me. It's their problem. Not my problem. They got to deal with that. I don't have to deal with that. They try to make it your problem, so I go right through. Like it never even happened. Do whatever you have to do to get through it and just go right through. Eventually they give up. You know, if you're no fun to tease, if you're no fun to hassle anymore, you're not going to be any fun anymore, and they're going to move on. And we've had some people move on. We've had people move on from this group. That's fine. That's fine. If you don't belong here, you don't belong here. You don't have to be here. I don't need you to be here. You're here because you want to be here. I hope it always is that way. I hope you're here because you want to be. Because this is where you feel you want to be with the people you want to be with. At least here, even if you're working somewhere, even if you belong to some other group where you have to put up with other people, at least you can come here and be with people that aren't going to harm you, but only try to help you. And I hope it's always that way. And I'm going to ask for that it's always that way. And it's always going to be that way. So now, as the powerful ones that we have around us all the time get ready to give us a gift, do as always. After you've thrown away all you want to get rid of into the fire to burn up, open your hands, please, and receive the gifts that are being given to you. Whether it's information, healing, a new ability, accept the gift given. Bring it into you. Bring it into your aura, into your medicine bag. So that it's there to use when you need it. And then be thankful. Be happy. Thank the ones who are so giving, so helpful, so honoring of you. But realize that your guides, your highest and best guides are you. They are always some version of you. They're part of your soul. Different versions. They're part of you. Even if you don't think so and you don't know how that could possibly be, this is what I'm told. They're you. From a different perspective. So you, it works because you do. Turns out you really are worthy. You really are. You really are worthwhile. You really are powerful. You really are that amazing. As amazing as all your guides are, you are that amazing. As powerful as all your guides are, you are wise as all your guides are. You are that wise. And be thankful for that. We're coming up upon Thanksgiving time here in the States. Even if you are not in the States, it's a nice custom to be thankful. It raises the vibration. Every time you start getting feelings of thankfulness, then that cancels out the feelings of being sad. And since we're all feeling this sadness, this anxiety, this worldwide angst, then I guess a good thing to do would be to cancel that all out by this Thanksgiving, and I think I will do a special ceremony around Thanksgiving. So look for it, where we do a great, great big thank you and see if we can lift this energy, because I think we can. You're that awesome. Please know that nature loves you and is always looking to heal you and teach you. So when you get a chance, take advantage of that. It would be a good idea. Okay. Now, hello, Gemini. There you go, Chris. Everybody, time to give everybody in the circle a big virtual hug from all of us. And I was asked to also send some love and some healing to the ones who are our loved ones in this circle. The loved ones of our loved ones who need help and healing right now. Some of them are sick and need our positive vibration, need our medicine. The medicine of the group. All sending it out together. May you come into balance. May everything come into balance. May you be balanced in your mind, your body, your spirit. May you be balanced on all the levels. May you be able to feel the love that we send, that all the guides, all the beings that help us send, and may you be able to benefit from it. I'm hearing some strange things all around me, so just to let you know. Okay. Tons and tons of healing light. Oh, yes. We're shaking up some stuff. Something is shaking out. Oh, yes. We're shaking some stuff out. That's good. That's okay. You know, if something comes up like that, let it. If something needs to come out of you, let it. You know how I mean that. Okay, beautiful, wonderful beings. Good thing I've been shamanic long enough that I don't get tired beating the drum. I could do this for a long time. We're used to doing this all night back in the day. We'd beat our drums all night. You know, I never slept better. Sleeping to the drums going all night. Isn't that amazing? People would think, and people yelling and hollering and dancing, but I'd sleep really good. I caught it anyway. Yes. Somehow, I'd still sleep very good. All of us would. And the drums would go till dawn. And I would be one of those people, a lot of times, who would be drumming until dawn. Sometimes I would do that. I would stay up and be one of the drummers until dawn. We'd take shifts. But you know, one time, just to show you how we vibrate others, it's an illustration. I had my big drum. It's a big, more of a hoop type drum. I'll show it to you. It's called an ocean drum. I took it out to a field where the drum circle was going to be a big drum circle. I wanted to be early. I was tired. I laid my head down on it. I woke up, my head bouncing off the drum. Why? For a minute I was like startled. What? Wait, what? And I realized the drummers had arrived and had started drumming. And my drum was picking up that vibration. Yeah, Barry. I'll see ya. Take care. Yep, have a great night. My head was literally bouncing off this drum because it was picking up the vibration of all the other drums. So there you go. That's what you are doing. Your vibration, your group vibration is vibrating everything around you. That's how you affect everything around you. Now see, isn't it interesting how I was feeling all this angsty and sad and all that, but I feel great now. Anybody else feel better? Oh, well, that felt good. Wow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pull the drum out every time. I don't know. Is that okay with you guys if I pull the drum out just about every time we get together? Just let me know. If it's too much for you, we can put it aside for a bit. I feel very good now. I'm like, wow, that does just a world of good. The drum. Here comes Pappy Two Bears. Hey. Hey, as long as you guys like it, I'll bring my drum. I'll keep my drum around. We'll have drumming. We'll have a little bit of drumming. Hi. Not today, but Thursday. Somebody talking to me? Oops. Isn't that funny how a drum will put you to sleep? I know. That's my phone. I should have turned it off. I know who it is, and I've told the person not to call me at these times, but she always does. I should have turned it off, but I'll get back to her. Let's see if we can get Pappy in here. Pappy, you're on.
Oh, good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Everybody else?
Okay. Well, I won't be able to see the chat because I have to turn off the YouTube stream in order to do this.
Right.
Yeah, that was a nice ceremony.
Thank you. And thank you, one of our guides.
I had an interesting series of thoughts while you were doing that, and there seems to be a few people waiting outside the circle that are waiting to come in. I think that there are perhaps some guides or some teachers or something that want to introduce themselves. But we had mentioned earlier, and you were talking about, all these different ways of doing things. And I told you about the teaching that I have. And I'd like to share that with you and everyone that's in chat here. And then also, I'd like to ask your permission to do a slight ceremony, if you will, with my drum.
Sure.
And simply because I'm trying to listen to the calling that I got tonight. I have an idea of at least one or two of the people who it might be, and I'm not going to mention any names. But apparently there are.
Yes, you are right, and I know I know we both know one of them.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like to facilitate that if I could. This seems to have been a day of ceremony for me anyway. So
yes, you go right ahead.
But if I could have everybody just envision yourself still around the circle with each of us after completing the healings that has just taken place with you all. This has opened you up at a new level to better understand not only the spoken word of either Dee or myself or anyone else that mentioned something in chat, but also the unheard words that are going to be coming into you so that you'll get an understanding. But to do that, you have to be an individual, okay? Because that's the way Creator made us. Creator made us to be individuals. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about walking your own same different pathway. I'm going to adjust my glasses. I have bifocals. I'm twice as blind when it comes to reading sometimes. This is a teaching that I've used for many years in my path work with people and my healing work with people and the ceremonial stuff that I've done within my family clan and things of this nature. So I'd like to share that with you once again. In the time of the beginning, the Creator with all names made a beautiful lake filled with the purest of spiritual water to serve the needs of all that had been created upon the face of the earth. This water of life serves the spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical needs of all who come to drink of its goodness. All around this lake were created pathways in great numbers that led out into the world of the created, so that all living things could have a way to travel to this lake of goodness on a pathway of their own choosing. It was in this manner that the created things could use a pathway best suited for their needs. For a long, long, long time, the created things walked upon their chosen pathway and received that which the Creator with all names had gifted them, and were happy and were in harmony with all things. Then one day, one of the created people exclaimed that his pathway was the best way to go to the lake of goodness, and that others should consider abandoning their own and using his pathway. This led to discussions about the different pathways and the differences between those who used them. As each became more defensive about their own pathway, disagreements and confusion arose within the people. And then there were arguments and disharmony in that which had been created. As each group of peoples decided which pathway was the only true pathway, they divided themselves into groups and divided from each other. It was in this way that they lost their understanding of how all pathways led from the lake of goodness. They had let the pathway they walked become the center of reason and took their eyes off the place all the pathways started. They had allowed themselves to become separated in perception only. For in thinking that the pathway started from where they stood, they forgot that the Creator with all names had started all pathways from the lake of the water of life, so that creation would be connected to the one source at all time. The people had forgotten that they did not create the pathway, but only walked upon a pathway that had been gifted to them. Had they not forgotten this, they could have remembered that they were part of everything created, because they were drinking from the one source, and be able to see the connection that's always there. Therefore, do not judge another's path that another takes to drink from the water of life that you also drink from. Instead, walk your own path with your heart on the destination and on the beginning. Then, when you bend down to drink from the water of life, you will fill your cup with a connection of all things and see the reflection of the faces of all your relations in the lake of harmony. These have been my words, Pappy Two Bears. Doesn't make any difference the pathway. Keep your eye on the source and the destination. Listen to the heart. That's a good guide. It served me well over the years. So we can all walk the same different pathway and be in harmony without crowding each other and pushing each other off their own pathway. So that's a teaching that I've used for many years. So I hope that that you enjoyed that.
I did. I certainly did. I'm sure I can't speak for everybody, but I'm pretty sure I am, though. When I say that was very beautiful, Pappy, and I agree completely.
Thank you.
And how
Yeah,
synchronous is that?
you honor me by allowing me to pass along these teachings. These aren't my teachings. You have to understand that they may be my words that I'm speaking, and even my words that I've written on a piece of paper, but it's obvious to me, knowing myself, that there's somebody else's words that have come through me for a purpose. So thank you. That you honor me that way. Now, if you would indulge me for a couple of more moments, what I would like to do is I would like to use my drum to do two specific songs that I use in ceremony for specific reasons. Okay, and I was called to do these two songs. One cannot be used without the other, although they're not used all the time. But I normally will use both of these songs in any ceremony that I do, depending upon the type of ceremony it is. These two songs are usually included there. All of you that are around this circle now, all of you that are here for whatever reason that you have come here or have been compelled to join in this circle, I want you to open yourself in sacred space now. You are safe in this sacred space. There can be nothing that can go against that which is of the highest good. And I do have a dog here that's a very good doorbell.
Yeah, the puppy wants you to know something's going on.
I run my life unedited and unscripted. That's just the way it is. I've learned to be flexible with that. So, what I want to do is, there are people waiting outside of this circle. I call them people. They are in various stages of development, some much higher than us, and some that have just recently received their go ahead to be helpers or whatever. They're waiting, and they're waiting for some people that are within this circle, and I'd like to invite them in the circle. And so what I use is, this song is called the Spirit Calling Song, and you'll notice that it starts out with a calling, but the beat will change, and that is when the Spirit Calling Song is going to open up the gate of entry for the spirits to come in. When the beat changes, these spirits are going to dance around this circle, and when that beat ends, they're going to go and be near that person that they have come in here for. After that happens, I'm going to sing what I call a Wopila song, which is a thank you song. This is an honor song to the spirits, to the spirit helpers, and to the spirit within each of the people that are there that have taken place in that. Now, after that is done, I'm going to leave it there. Normally, I would also play what is called a traveling song so that the spirits can leave again. However, because these spirits are coming in for a specific reason and to specific people, I will not be playing that traveling song, because they're going to be leaving with the people that they've come here for. So that's an understanding of basically how it's going to work for these two little songs. And then after that, I'm going to drop right off and go right back into chat.
Please do, Happy.
As the hostess of this campfire, Mama D, I would like to ask your permission at this time to conduct these ceremonies in this your sacred space.
You are welcome to do so.
Thank you. This is my healing drum. I'll get it in the spot. Hopefully you can see it. Hey, yata, hey. Hey, yata, hey. Hey, yata, hey. Hey, yata, hey. Hey, yo, hey, hey. Hey, yo, hey, 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 yo, hey, hey, hey. Ya, hey, yo, hey, hey, yo, hey, hey, yo. Hey, yo, hey, hey. Hey, yo, hey, hey, hey. Ya, hey, yo, hey, hey, yo, hey, hey, yo. Hey, yo, hey, hey. Hey, yo, hey, hey, hey. Ya, hey, yo, hey, hey, hey. Yo, hey, hey, yo, hey, hey. Hey, yo, hey, hey, yo, hey, hey. Ya, hey, yo, hey, hey, yo, hey, yo. Hey, yo, hey, hey. Hey, yo, hey, hey, yo, hey, hey, ya, hey, yo, hey, hey, yo, hey, hey, yo. We all, we are. We all, we all, we are. We are, hey, yo. We all, we all, we are. We all, we all, we are. We are, yo. We all, we all, we are. Oh, we are, hey, yo. We all, we all, we are. We all, we all, we are. We are, yo. We all, we all, we are. Oh, we are, hey, yo. We all, we are. We all, we all, we are. We are, hey, yo. We all, we all, we are. We all, we all, we are. We are, yo. We all, we all, we are. Oh, we are, hey, yo. We all, we all, we are. We all, we all, we are. We are, yo. We all, we all, we are. Oh, we are, hey, yo. We all, we all, we are. We all, we all, we are. We are, yo. We all, we all, we are. Oh, we are, hey, yo. That's your two below. May it be as I have sang. May it be as you need. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh.
Thank you.
I will see you in chat.
Thank you, Pappy. That was beautiful. I saw them dancing. I am very honored and pleased to be able to make this space for these things to happen. This really brings joy to my heart. It makes me feel that I'm home. I feel really at home. This is nurturing to my soul. I'm honored by the presence of all of you. And I'm honored by Pepe coming in and sharing his wisdom and his songs with us. And I am so happy to see you here and to give you this place to meet like this and feed your soul. I think if you've had any problems sleeping, that you will sleep well tonight. Hey, Nessie. Hey, Annie. Good to see you. Yes. This is all I could hope for. Thank you, Peppy Two Bears. And to all of our guides and helpers. And all of the versions of us that came here to help us. Warm thank you. Thank yous for showing up in this space that I'm honored to bring to you on this stream. And may it always be so. I never feel more safe or more at home than when I'm in a sacred circle like this. Among people like you. And I hope you feel the same. I hope you can feel it. Group hug. We're always group hugging in this circle. I am so calm now. I absolutely, laughs a lot. I have a guide who I call Laughs a Lot because that's what he does. Yeah. And take it with you. Yes. And realize that even as the circle is open, that it's unbroken. There's a little song. It's a Wiccan song, I believe, but it's still a good song for this because it is a way I feel. May the circle be open but unbroken. May the love of the goddess and God be always in our hearts. Merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again. So I'm opening the circle now. I'm thanking all of our relations that came. I'm thanking everyone that helped. I'm thanking all of you for being yourselves, for choosing to be yourselves, for choosing to remember who you are, and for choosing to share that with us. It's important and it's powerful. All right, the circle is open. And you can discuss anything you want. Now, me, my blues are certainly gone. Yep, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling a lot better. I really needed this. I think I always need this. I think I need a lot more of this. If you guys are up for it, we'll do it pretty regularly because it seems like everybody enjoys it. Why not? We can have our discussion. We can do our woo. We can do our this and our that. But I think it seems like what you guys like the most is the healing circles. And I'm fine with that. Always the poet. All right. Thing is, I'm so calm now. I don't think I can be upset by very much. Not that I'm asking the universe to prove me wrong. I'm not. And I think I'm about to conclude this because we're coming up on 3 hours. And I think that's good. That's enough time. And we have some other things coming up tonight, I know. So that we probably want to go see and people we want to go see and talk to. Please take some of your peace and your joy and your calm with you to help them get by too, because they are here in the world like we are, trying to get through it. Okay. I love you all. I'll see you in MeWe chat. I might be awake a little longer than usual tonight. I'm feeling pretty good. My energy is much better now. Yeah, pay it forward. And to everybody who contributed to this channel in any kind of way, thank you very much. I would ask you to please invite people that you think would do well in here and share it. And maybe our tribe will grow. But I'm very happy with the way it's going right now. You guys are awesome. Yes, I know. I'm thinking of going to the portal, and I know I'm going to be so calm. I'm hardly going to say anything. I feel great. I agree. And Bomber, I hope you're feeling better. I think you're going through a transformation. I will tell you, at one time I thought I was dying. I was sure of it. I was sure I was right on the edge of death, but somehow I lived to tell the tale. And I think you will too. But as a shaman, we go through things. Seems like that's one of them. Traveling beauty. I like that. I know it's really hard not to be loving when you are calm and feel good. Then the love just pours out. It just pours out of you. When you're happy and calm and balanced, it's just natural for a person, a human, to just have love pouring out of them. Yeah, I know I don't chat as much as I used to either, but I like to listen and say hi to my friends and send some love to my friends. So, this outpouring of love, I'm so happy, really. It's so hard not to just, yeah, you don't, yeah. Um, I might even do that someday. We might have a dance. Yes. You know, I don't have I don't have a family to celebrate our holidays with. I have trouble myself around family holidays because I don't really have a physical family anymore. And these holidays are really geared at families and family get-togethers. But now that we have COVID going on, a lot of these get-togethers, other people are beginning to feel that same stuff, you know. And so maybe if we can mitigate that, that would be great because that's rough. I know. Uh, this has made me feel a lot more like I'm going to be with my family. I'm going to be with my family. I've decided that if you're up for it, come in for Thanksgiving. I'm going to be streaming on Thanksgiving and giving thanks. We'll have a nice Thanksgiving thankfulness. The thankfulness party. Okay. Yes. Let the love flow, Nessie. Okay, coming up on 3 hours. I got 4 minutes. Just want you all to know you are awesome. Uh, no, I don't think that needs to be. Yeah, if you're going to, especially if you're going to be alone, come on in. You be with your family here. You be with a family that will understand you, actually. I know how it is. My good side and the bad side, the upside and the downside. The upside is, hey, I don't have to deal with my family over the holidays. The downside is, I don't have a family to deal with over the holidays. It's the same problem and benefit. It's like I know I won't have any arguments, but that's only because there's nobody to argue with now. They're on the other side, and we don't have arguments. But it's okay. Okay. That's okay. Bomber, part of the reason we did this was for you. You're one of the reasons we did this healing. Okay, just about to shut it down. This is ocean making waves. I guess you could feel them, huh? Because that's what oceans do. And the truth is where you find it. And may you always find some of it, at least some, here. Wonderful. Cool. Yeah, I love you all too. Mhm. Okay. Yeah, 3 is a great number. It's very popular in Bardic circles and in magic. So I'm going to let it go right to the dot, and then I'm going to shut her down. I'm going to end it right on 3. You guys have a lovely evening. Never forget how special you are, or how loved. 11 of us. Exactly 11. Amazing. Okay, here we go. I'm letting it go right onto it. And out.